Hello YouTubers, we have made it to Met Regatta 2023 to compete in the open single. There are 2 days of the regatta. First race of the entire regatta is a time trial in the single. See how fast we can go down the lake right here. So 1900 meters, one after the other. So let's get to it. Unfortunately, the GoPro decided not to film any on the water footage, even though it said it was recording. So that's something I have to deal with and figure out before the coming races. But again, filming and doing that and showing you guys, yes, it's really important to me, but the racing comes first. But I still want to show you guys. So you have to believe me, I did actually do the time trial. I did actually go down the course and apply a lot of yam. So in a time trial, for those of you who don't know, it's one after the other, and then you get timed, and then it places you. So after about a couple of hours, the results, I think, are out. So I've came roughly 11th place. There's no official times yet. So 11th place puts me in the B final. This is a point where I don't like about racing, is you can feel one way about a piece or a race, and you can get the result, and sometimes they don't match, and they can affect how you feel the race went. So I try and separate them both. How did I feel the race went? How did I feel the time trial went? I feel like I rode the conditions the best I've ever rode the conditions. But it doesn't mean that I rode the fastest I've ever rode. So it's quite a crosswind here, a classic Dorney crosswind. So very easily the conditions can become a factor. But fortunately today they didn't, but I still didn't go fast enough. And so the result of 11th place means that I'm disappointed with the result, but not so much the process, if that makes sense. So now it's time to recover, to eat, because remember, food is fuel, get ready for the B final and use the experience to learn from, adapt and progress, because Met Regatta isn't, 1, the final regatta of the season, 2, I've got races tomorrow, and 3, it's not even the overall aim of the next year. So still in the learning process, using these opportunities where things may not go the way I want them to go, and using them as opportunities to learn. So now, hopefully, fingers crossed, you will see me on the water for the final, if all goes well. The GoPro is actually working now, fingers crossed.
This is race 95, final B of the Open Championship.
So now we are off the water. The GoPro it said it was recording and the footage looks like it's there, so hopefully you did see that. Now for me, time to recover and get ready for tomorrow, where we have 2 more opportunities to get out there, another time trial and another final, and use what we've learned today. The race itself, I feel like there were better things than the time trial and worse things than the time trial. And like I mentioned before the race, using each opportunity we get this weekend to learn from. So definitely learned things from that race, learn things from the time trial, now to take that into tomorrow to see how we get on. So not everyone that raced today in the single will be racing tomorrow in the single, but there are different people racing in the single that weren't racing today. So not as many people, but still a really good level to be racing against and compare myself against, especially regardless of how fast everyone else is going today and tomorrow. I'll be able to say, okay, today I was 11th in the time trial and I think 4th, was it 4th in the B final? Yep. 4th in the B final. And so tomorrow I look at, okay, how do those results compare? So now, lots of sleep, lots of recovery, getting the food in, because remember, food is fuel, in anticipation for 2 big races tomorrow to use what we've learned today, tomorrow. Oh yeah. And now it's time for the second time trial on the second day of Metropolitan Regatta 2023. Today they've shortened the time trial to 1500 metres rather than 1900 metres because there's a lot of timing issues yesterday. Hopefully they're all getting sorted out now, but we're going to adjust the strategy slightly for the distance change, but also take what we learned from yesterday into today's time trial. So let's get to it. Much better after the time trial, applying what we learned from yesterday and doing it. Still a lot to do, a lot to change, but a definite step forward from yesterday's time trial and yesterday's final. So improvements there, still things from yesterday to improve on and still to improve on that time trial. So don't know the times yet, so I'll let you know when I know, but much happier with how I rode there. Relatively clean, not necessarily as efficient as I would like to be, but getting much more out of the boat than yesterday. So much better. Let's see what the times say. So we have the results now. 6th place in the time trial, so a good improvement after yesterday's 11th place, and some of the guys that beat me yesterday I beat today, so that's good, a good comparison to have. And between 3rd and 8th, only 2 seconds. So it's an 8-lane side-by-side race for the A final, and it's going to be a tight one. For me, I just have to go out there and make slight improvements over what I was doing in the time trial. So I wasn't quite rowing super efficiently, but definitely going faster than yesterday. So try to make small adjustments in how I'm rowing so that I'm getting even more speed out of the boat and I'm getting more bang for my buck, if it were. So that's the plan. Going to go out there, try and go as fast as I can down the course and keep on learning, using this weekend as much as possible. So fingers crossed, Yam Squad, and I'll see you on the water.
Attention,
And that's us finished up the final of the Metropolitan Regatta 2023, and disappointed with that race. It was a hard one because, as per usual, you want to assess your performance, not necessarily the outcome. So I would have liked to stay with the pack a bit longer, but I maybe lost them around 300, 400. A little bit frustrated with just how I'm being probably too inefficient. Nothing new, it's just trying to get it right consistently. So a little bit of me is like disappointing the yamsquad. I wanted to go out and do well. Definitely did well in regards to how I've been rowing previously, so that's good. But still wanted a result to back that up, rather than me just saying it, if that makes sense. But definitely, as I've mentioned throughout the video, took a lot of learning points, always room to learn, and using that going forward. I mean, the time trial today was night and day versus yesterday, so that was a really good step. Tried to take that into this final and didn't quite find it. So something definite to work on. And as always, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the rowing. I know what I think of it. It'd be interesting if our opinions match up, and if they match Coach Newbold's as well. And as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next episode.